It's our first conference that we've attended here at 121. Beacon Securities and Haywood are longtime friends of the group and supporters of Compass. So here we are. Told the story 8 times already today, so at this point I usually am tempted to make things up, but I've got slides here to keep me on the straight and narrow. Compass started as an exploration company in December 2017, and we hope by the end of this year, December 2019, we'll have transitioned into a discovery story. Discovery of an exciting prospect at Farabakura in Mali, West Africa. So forward-looking statements, keeps our lawyers employed. 4 takeaways that I've tried to stress and hopefully can touch on in this 10 minutes. When you look at all of the resource sector, trying to assess board and management skill, experience. This is a team that's been together roughly 30 years. We go back to our early days when we were founders of IAMGOLD, a huge exploration success in Mali. So it's not just experience, but it's 30 years of a track record of accomplishment, and it's experience that we've had together. We know each other, we fit well together as a team, we're familiar with the group, and in particular this place in West Africa. Secondly, size and quality of the package of land. 850 square kilometers, 100% owned. This is right in a major gold district in southern Mali, which I'll touch on in a moment. So we're in the right location. The old saying, you're in elephant country, well, this stands out clearly in that regard. And then actual success. So this excitement we've seen in the Compass story the last couple of months centers around not just drilling results, but our first and only drilling results. The one of 40 targets that we began, and you'll see there were some artisanal workings that led us there, produced wide intersections, near surface, down about 30, 40 meters below surface, so 60 meters at 1.42 grams, and rich intersections, 18 meters averaging more than 20 grams. Significant, so rich veins, rich zones, but in an open pit mine in Mali, when you look at the production of the various mines, 1.5, 1.4 grams is the average production grade of an open pit mine that's being done profitably at cash costs of sort of $700 to $800 an ounce. And then optionality going forward. This is the first target that we've drilled, this Farabakura target that I'll mention, but we have 40 targets on our properties. It's not just from the 16 months that we've been exploring, but this land was held privately by our largest shareholder for almost 5 years. They did almost $4.5 million Canadian dollars of work over that period of time. So this is a culmination of really 6 years of effort and concentration. So where are we? Well, this is our zone. I don't have a full country map of Mali. I hope some of the folks are familiar. It's West Africa, just east of Senegal. On this figure, you're seeing gold stars where there are existing production facilities. So Marilla up to the top right there, the Randgold, now Barrick mine. Syama, 6.7 million ounces in its production profile, continues to be operated by Resolute. Very close to the properties we're going to be talking about, Yanfolila. In the gold stars there, that's the Hummingbird mine that just started production recently. Kalana, further south of our property, is owned by Endeavour Mining. So we're in a district where not only is there mining activity, we've got all the necessities for developing a property. Transportation, communications, water, hydro, power, and mining expertise. Our properties are outlined in red, and you'll see that 850 square kilometers is comprised of multiple permit areas, but on 3 very prolific gold belts near these existing producing properties. The drilling that we're talking about is the very first drilling that's ever been done on these properties, and this Farabakura district on our Assata permit, we were led there by artisanal working. So when you look at if you can see there's some purple outline, those are actual historical artisanal pits. Artisanal mining is legal in Mali. It's regulated. You pay tax. You can mine down to the water table. That's where the extent of the equipment and capacity comes to an end. But that gives us a bird's eye view, or a view as to what's in the hard rock, maybe 20, 30 meters below surface. So we get a head start in siting our drill holes. And that's what our team did, and we got these initial exciting results with our drill program that was announced at the end, that would have been the end of March. And you'll see that the strike length, that's about 100 meters is the scale. So this you're looking at about 800, almost a kilometer long in strike length just in this section where we began. That's about 2,000 meters of drilling. And we followed up those results by extending to the south of that zone with more RC drilling holes. Also good grades, 32 meters at 3.2 grams, 6 meters at 10 grams. So we're getting the kind of results at the kind of depth that's shaping up to be an open pitable commercial deposit. It's early days and we have to connect some dots, but the first two steps have been very positive. Going forward, we have another 3 weeks of drilling till the rainy season begins, generally the end of June, which will cause us to have to pause till probably beginning of October. So we're trying to examine a 4-kilometer strike length. We're drilling to the south of our existing drilling, trying to extend down to what's labeled there as the Kabangui zone. And right now we're at about 700 meters of strike length with these drill results. Between the drilling that'll happen to the south and another set of drill holes to the north, we're going to try and delineate up to about 2.5 kilometers of strike length of the same kind of grade that we've found so far. We'll get these results still start to flow in by the middle of this month, and we should have the full results from the 3,000 meters by the end of June. Something to appreciate regarding market capitalization. We're a tightly held company. There's very little public float. Our total outstanding shares are 38 million shares, not 380 million shares. It's a micro cap company, about 10 million in market cap. We have warrants that expire in December of 2020 from our original financing in 2017. Those are at 75 cents. Management and the board hold really closer to 30% of the company, with family and probably 40 shareholders in addition to the management and the board control another 40% of the company. So about 70-75% is very closely held. After those initial drilling results that I just touched on, we announced that we needed a financing of about $2 million to see us through to the end of this year. We're only looking to take an amount of money from our shareholders that sees us to the next stage, assess the results, what's called for next. 2 days after we announced the $2 million private placement, it was non-brokered, we had a book of $4 million. We had to obviously cut back. We weren't prepared to dilute at this stage to leave money in the bank. We did increase it to $2.7 million and included a couple of what I would call strategic shareholders, new shareholders to the group that bring some value-added but patient money to the group. Strategically, we're looking to continue the drilling at Farabakura. This 3,000-meter program to be completed before the end of June will set the stage for drilling to resume in the fourth quarter. So that Farabakura prospect, that Farabakura discovery, we intend to bring that to resource definition drilling in the fourth quarter. And that'll be a powerful catalyst for the company. There's almost a disconnect, in our view, between the share price and the value that's being created on the ground. Our shareholders really are looking at the end result in terms of value development and not to trade in and out of the shares. They're holding their shares. We will and again, just to put some strategic parameters, if we find an ounce that's a quality, open pittable ounce in Mali, regardless of what our share price reflects, the producers in our vicinity would pay between $50 and $65 US an ounce for good grade quality ounces that are at their doorstep and easy to process. And when you look at the mines in our vicinity, these are not 20-year mines, 5-7-year mine lives that they can use the additional ounces. So 1 to 2 million ounces, I've got a ready-made market. If it's larger than that, we'll hang on and continue drilling to see how big it gets, because it would justify a standalone mine. So there's a few ways to go with this first target. But importantly, we have multiple targets. So we'll work on 2 important targets, Sadala and Yanfolila South. Excellent grades at surface in terms of soil sampling. We did auger drilling, about 40,000 meters in total of auger drilling down to the water table. So we've got a lot of data, as well as artisanal workings, that leads us to believe that these other 2 targets of the 40 will get to the drilling stage where we may look at expanding our program to 3 fronts of drilling in the fall. And that may require raising some more capital, perhaps $1 million, $1.5 million, to get the drills turning on those 2 properties before the end of the year. So early days for this entire package of property, but genuine excitement. We're producing results in what I would say a disciplined and old school way. We come from a large company background, but we come from the business of mining, not the science of exploration. In fact, I wanted to call our department not the exploration department, but the discovery department in the IAMGOLD days, because I said exploration doesn't create value, only discovery creates value. So that's kind of the mindset of our group. Very tight in terms of G&A. About 10% of 10 cents of every dollar goes into G&A. The rest of it, and it's our dollars, we want it to go into the ground. So not a lot of wasted expense in terms of running the company. We're running an exploration program. Yeah, I'm sorry about the timing. This clock didn't change. But anyway, there we go. If anyone has any quick question, I'm happy to take it. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Great. Thank you very much, Larry.